Welcome to There's a Musical for That.
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 And if you like cellar dwellers
And trapdoor lovers,
there's a musical for that.
And if you like mermaids, crabs, and guppies, live, there's a musical for that.
If you like fan of the opera fan fiction, there's a musical for that.
If you like falling in love and broken hearts, and establishing your dreams and then having them dashed, and duels, there's a musical for that.
and it's called Wicked.
And it's called Little Mermaid Live.
It's called Hamilton.
And it's called Dogfight.
And it's called Fan of the Opera 2, Love Never Died.
Welcome to There's a Musical for That.
Welcome to There's a Musical for That, the podcast where we prove there's a musical for every situation. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Tiffany.
And if you like mermaids, crabs, and guppies, live, there's a musical for that. And it's called Little Mermaid Live.
At the Muni.
Boop, boop, fish noise. Boop, boop, boop.
What's the... I just lost the Muni
In
jingle.
Forest Park. Meet me
at
at
the Muni.
The Muni in Forest Park.
Woo!
Yes, we saw this at the Muni, which is the outdoor theater in Forest Park in St. Louis. Historic Forest Park? Fabulous
Sure.
Forest
Everything's
Park.
old.
The zoo is there. But yes, if you haven't caught on by now,
Famous St. Louis Zoo.
it's free.
Yes.
Yes.
It's one of the best national and free attractions.
It's one of the only free zoos in the United States of America.
Mm.
If you haven't caught on yet, we live in the St. Louis metropolitan area, so that's why we don't just come here to watch musicals. But yes, we saw this at the during the 2017 season of the Muni.
Mm-hmm.
We took an actual child with us.
Yes, my niece, Ashlyn.
What's her rating? Do you know how she felt about this?
She seemed to have like what are we rating it out of?
We don't have to rate it now, but do you know her general consensus?
So she was a little over 3 when we took her, not quite 3.5, sitting through a lengthy live show. So it did not fully capture her attention.
She didn't cry though.
No, but she's one of those very hyperactive children.
Yeah.
So, as was very evident in her.
Kids are gonna kid.
Yes,
That's what they do.
I find it adorable, but I could see how people would not be pleased with her touching and shaking everything she can let her get her hands on.
It was a child. It was a child being a child.
Yes.
But yes, we saw this. We had seats that were, I would say, in the middle range.
Yeah.
On both sides, like we were middle back and middle side. We were like center.
Yep.
Center and middle. What did you think about this production?
It was good. I feel like I enjoyed the second half more than the first half. Because it was live and where our seating was, I didn't have a great view. There was a head in front of me pretty much the entire time.
Oh, until we switched seats, though, right?
You switched with Ashanti. So,
Sorry.
that's okay. I was just kind of like doing that lean where you lean one way and then the other, trying to keep people in sight. It was, as far as I can remember, it's been a few months now, a pretty talented cast. I don't remember having any specific things where it's like, oh, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
But I also can't really quite remember anything that I was like, oh, I'm amazed.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I did like how they did Ursula's octopus
Her
legs.
tentacles.
Yes. Tentacles, that's what those are. They had, was it 4 people? 4 people dancing around her, and she was on some sort of thing in the center as her. So, like, they had their 2 arms and these tentacle things. So
Like a sleeve, a tentacle sleeve.
So they were moving around.
And they were bent over.
Yes.
So they were wearing black and they had tentacle sleeves on. And she was on like a platform that had wheels or something.
Yeah.
So they were essentially all walking backwards, pushing her about like she was moving. And
Yes.
waving their. It's hard to describe.
I can picture it, but
But
saw
it was creative.
Yeah.
It was a creative way.
And I remember thinking, oh, I wonder how much their backs hurt now
Yeah,
being bent over
that
like
too
this.
for hours.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say the same. I thought it was fine. There were no good standouts. There were no bad standouts. They did change the ending. I can hear that really loud. Because in the movie, you know, Ursula gets the Triton and she gets gigantic,
Mhm.
and then Eric has to like stab her
Yeah.
and kill
The
her.
Disney movie, yes.
Yes, the Disney version, not the story. And when I saw Disney on Ice, Little Mermaid, they did a giant inflatable Ursula, so it's
Oh.
essentially like the same thing, and he stabs her and she deflates.
Oh.
They have smoke come out. In this
Smart.
version, they didn't have a giant Ursula. Was the ending of this?
They
I know it
got
was
married.
different. No, what happened to Ursula?
Mm.
I remember the people who were her tentacles when she was dying, however they killed her, started throwing off their tentacle arms. Yeah, as if her legs are flying off. So I remember that part, but she did not get giant and get exploded in this version. But it was fine. This guy who played Sebastian was good with his little top hat
He was.
and crab gloves.
The guppy was a child. What's the guppy's
Flounder.
name? Flounder. Thank you.
He was a cute
Yeah.
little boy.
It was good.
I thought he was good. He reminded me of my nephew, so I liked him. I was like, oh, that's my little Aiden up there.
Aww.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't really have much to say.
I don't either.
Guys, we've been on a break. We're not used to this.
I'm trying to remember why. I think I liked the second half more because one, they don't start the show until
Good start.
yeah, so I was tired. So in the second half, I was expecting to be like, all right, brace yourself, you can get through this, and it was actually pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
I also think I liked it because that's when they were on land more so than the first half, and you could just do more because you were supposed to be dancing with your little feet, whereas they did a good job with them being underwater in their mermaid skirts, but it just, I don't know, clearly they were not underwater.
Yeah.
Seemed to get brighter when they were not underwater anymore.
I can see that. Because I think they were doing some blue filter when they were underwater, so, you know.
Yes.
And they used a regular spotlight when they were on land. It's fun. Did you have a favorite song from this production? Not necessarily from The Little Mermaid in general, because we're going to save that.
I don't remember.
I like Kiss the Girl. It stuck in my head. I don't really remember what they did with it, but it was fun.
Yeah, I'll go with that's my favorite song just because that is my favorite song in general from The Little Mermaid. So I'm just going to assume that it was my favorite in this as well. I can't hear any of it in my memory, so I can't say what's my favorite song anymore. It wasn't a standout performance.
Yeah.
It was good, but sorry. I keep interrupting you.
I was interrupting you. It wasn't you. I'm sorry.
I feel like if we played it back, I would be interrupting you. But
Well, we're
anyway,
not going to, so it
okay,
doesn't
carry
matter.
on.
But I like going to the Muni because they all have like souvenir things, and I got a fun little souvenir Little Mermaid cup that has like the water and glitter in the bottom of the cup.
Ooh.
That looks like the ocean, so I like that, and I like sitting outside at the Muni. So if we're gonna rate this, what should we rate it out of?
Tentacles?
Okay,
Out of 8 tentacles, yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give the Muni itself 7 out of 8 tentacles because I get cold and I didn't have. Oh, and that parking.
Oh, no.
We didn't get out of the parking lot for like an hour.
Yes. We pulled out and we're sitting directly in front of our parking space for an hour.
And then people were driving reverse. I'm going to give the parking negative 100. The parking at the... Hey, Muni, if you're listening, let's fix the parking. That is terrible. But the Muni venue, I got a little chilly, so I'm going to blame them instead of blaming me and give them a 7. The show, I'm going to give 5 out of 8 tentacles.
Oh, that's good. I'm going to give the Muni itself 6.5 out of 8 tentacles because of the parking, which is terrible, and also the stadium seating.
Oh, yeah.
It could be done in a way maybe that people didn't block my view. I've been to other performances and it wasn't quite as much of a problem, but there was really no way for me to get the entire stage in view. And it's not like the people in front of me were like freakishly tall. They looked just to be average.
Regular size humans.
So just the seating wasn't super great. I feel like you have to be pretty close to have a good view of it. And I will give the performance itself, I'll give it 5 out of 8 tentacles. I don't know, 4 to 5 out of 8.
Yeah.
I can't really remember because again, it wasn't a standout. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great.
And it was
just,
like 2 months ago at this point.
right.
Yeah, it was fun.
I'll give Ursula 7 out of 8 tentacles.
Yeah, she's good. I like a good cackle.
I just like her tentacles. I will give
Oh.
her tentacles 8 out of 8 tentacles.
The people who
You had all
literally
8.
broke their backs
Yes.
for art.
They carried the show.
Literally carried the show.
Yes, on their poor backs.
Starving artists. Do you want to tell the people where they can talk to us?
I on Facebook and email and Twitter.
Are you going to give them any of the addresses?
TMA.
No.
There's TAMFT at Gmail podcast at gmail.com.
Do you guys want to take a guess at who runs all these things?
So if you want to contact Kayla, then you can do so at
Facebook, you can contact us at TAMFT Podcast, on Twitter at TAMFT Podcast, and you can email us at TAMFTpodcast@gmail.com. And if you're from the Muni and you want to give us like a tour or some fun seats.
for special parking. I'll totally take a special parking spot so I can get out of there.
That was devastating.
And that's not the first time that's happened. That's only the second time I've been to the Muni, and that has happened both times.
Yeah.
And people get like severe just anxiety and road rage. I remember the person I was in the car with last time, pretty sure drove over a couple like curbs because it's just devastating to have to sit in traffic for that long.
Especially when you know it's going to take, it takes us like 30 minutes to get home
Yeah.
once you get on the highway, and it's like, we could have driven to Springfield or
The
something.
experience. And we almost got caught in traffic again on the highway, but luckily Ash drove around it.
Yeah. Got off the highway and got back on because that would have been bad.
I couldn't take it anymore.
Last time I was there, we parked really far away and walked, and I wasn't sure why because I rode with someone else. And now I know why.
Yes.
Because we had a good walk back to our car, but we got in the car and got right on the road.
Yes.
So next time I will park and just walk.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Never, ever again. I think we did it last time because we had
A
Ashlyn.
child, yeah.
But
And she, when walking, she was trying to go her own way. She was like, we're going this way.
I know.
It's like,
okay, bye.
see ya later.
Oh, she's cute.
She is cute. She looks like you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Tiffany and I got some business to take care of.
do.
AKA, we're gonna go take a circus arts class.
Whee!
So we're
I'm
gonna
so
join the circus
excited.
maybe. But hopefully you'll get another episode from us in 2 weeks, and it won't take 3 months.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
No more NBC things, and
Ever again.
yeah, and the Muni is closed for this season, so I don't know if you care about that, people, but anywho, it'll see you in 2 weeks.
Farewell.
Bye.
Goodbye.
On Dada see. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Farewell.
Bye.
Goodbye.
On Dada see.